Take your time. Whenever you get comfortable, you have the floor.
We're trying.
That's fine.
Do you want me to go first? Yes. Okay. Is this on?
It is on.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, Representative Swearingen and members of the committee. As you are aware, I am Isla Webster and I live in Grafton, Wisconsin. I am here in support of Kratom Bill AB 393. It is a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak to you about my experience with Kratom. I have been living with pain for many of my 90 years. I have bilateral lipedema in my lower body, which developed in high school and is very painful. I am prone to epicondylitis in both elbows and bursitis in my shoulders. I have a stress fracture at C5 in my spine and a bulging disc at L5. I have a Baker cyst behind my left knee. I am prone to costochondritis. I have been diagnosed with severe diverticulosis, which periodically has led to diverticulitis. It doubles you up with pain. I cannot take anti-inflammatories due to GI bleeding from Motrin years back, so I am limited to Tylenol or Kratom. I hope you will not dismiss this as, well, she's 90, so what do you expect? I am the youngest of 10 children. My older siblings lived well into their 80s, 90s, and 100s. My only living sister is now 93. So genetics predict that I could live to be 100, and I am doing everything I can to make that happen. When I am in Illinois and I can take Kratom, I function like a person 20 years younger and walk my 5,000 steps throughout the day and do my exercise program with no problem. When it's back to Wisconsin, I still do my 5,000 steps, but it takes longer and with a great deal of pain in my legs. I have been taking Kratom in Illinois for a few years now with absolutely no side effects. My blood work is perfect, as well as my heart. As the saying goes, God helps those who help themselves. Well, sometimes he might want a little help from some friends. So I'm asking you, be a friend and pass AB 393. Thank you.
You want me to go? Sure. Okay. Good afternoon, Chairman Swearingen and members of the committee. My name is Heidi Sikora. My residence is in Grafton, Wisconsin, and I'm here in support of AB 393. And thank you for allowing me to share my testimony. Well, here I am again after another year of schlepping myself and my mother back and forth from Wisconsin to Illinois. In the past year, Kratom helped me improve my strength and endurance. It helped me recover to the point I only needed it occasionally, until last Tuesday, when I had an acute exacerbation leading to inflammation of my entire rib cage. If you've ever had broken ribs, you understand the kind of pain that I'm having. Well, thank God for the natural, perfect Kratom plant, and thank God it happened in Illinois, where I could get Kratom. Kratom didn't take all the pain away, but it was the most effective in reducing my pain level to at least let me get out of bed. I didn't plan on an extended stay in Illinois, and neither did my mother. But if I went back to Wisconsin, the only pain relief option would be an opioid. At that level of pain, Tylenol and ibuprofen aren't enough to reduce the pain to get out of bed or get to the bathroom independently. Anyone who is opposed to passing this Kratom legislation is telling me that they think a better option is for me to take opioids. Why? Because the medical society says so? Or because a drug manufacturer has more influence in the best interest of the people of Wisconsin? These are the ones that brought us the opioid crisis, leading to thousands of deaths. You're telling me you think opioids are a safer option than the natural kratom plant? There is absolutely no evidence to support that. Kratom is a better, safer option, and I challenge anyone to prove otherwise. Please pass Bill AB 393 to prevent more opioid deaths and give Wisconsinites a safer, natural alternative for pain relief. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, ladies. I appreciate you taking the time to come to the Capitol. Any questions for Isla or Heidi from the committee? Representative Moses.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman, and thanks for coming down and testifying. And without obviously disclosing a bunch of private medical information in HIPAA, I'm curious what other alternatives you guys tried as far as treatment for some of the chronic pain, and I mean, you went through a list of kind of conditions you had and stuff. What else did you try before you tried kratom, and how do you discover kratom? I mean, how did you come about it? Whichever one wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually, my medical history is pretty complex. I have multiple rare disorders, and I'm pretty drug sensitive. So certainly Tylenol, ibuprofen, Aleve, naproxen, all, pretty much everything you can think of I have tried. Because I have chronic pain, there's a big difference between acute treatment of pain and chronic pain, and you cannot take those things long term. So, for example, Tylenol. The number one reason for liver failure in the United States is because of overdose on acetaminophen or Tylenol. So that's not an option for me with chronic pain. I can't take it all the time, and it makes me so tired. Any kind of NSAID or ibuprofen leads to, stomach problems. And so I can't take that long term. So I basically had to stop everything. And then as far as finding kratom, that's something that one of my sons actually found that was helping him. He actually is an alcoholic, and he was able to find kratom to be able to get off alcohol, and was very helpful for him. And he said it also helped with pain, so maybe I should try it, which I did.
Quick follow-up, and without incriminating yourself, I'm kind of curious where you get access to it in the state, being a
Illinois.
Wisconsin resident, and what's the cost roughly for a consumer?
It's very inexpensive, so, a month's supply for me is about $12, but I only take it in Illinois. And so that's been very difficult. And there is, as my mother said, there's a big difference between the level of pain control in Illinois versus in Wisconsin. Now, to me, the most important thing is taking something that is going to improve my health and improve my function. I don't take things, I've never taken any kind of drugs to get high or for that kind of effect. And kratom allows me to exercise and stretch to increase my strength. And that's just been an incredible, incredible benefit. So when I come back to Wisconsin, that is difficult. If I have an injury in Wisconsin, I really have to get back to Illinois as quickly as I can to try and recover. Otherwise, the recovery period is very extended.
Well, I don't think I hear get back to Illinois to recover very often, so thank you for coming in.
Any other questions from the committee for Isla or Heidi? Seeing none, thank you very much, ladies. Next up, Jennifer Zukowski.